Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies and today we are going to make some labels and snippets. Let's start this project by collecting some scrap pieces of paper. The papers that I have left over are from die cutting, maybe from collaging, some pieces of tea or coffee stained paper, and also some bits and pieces from the Tim Holtz paper pads. The two little label stamps that I'm using right here are from the Tim Holtz Field Notes stamp set. For stamping I used different colors of archival ink. My go-tos are Black Sooth, Vintage Photo, Ground Espresso, Red Geranium and Cobalt Blue. When you make a bunch of those cute little labels, you have something at hand, but you also have a nice collection to give to somebody else in a snail mail. In my case, these labels are for a swap with Artymaze, Andrea, and later on you will see that I will put them into a cellophane bag and also make a paper embellishment to close the bag. Now let's create some snippets together. I found some scrap pieces of paper from the Tim Holtz paper pads and I'm looking for some words, some text, some numbers or letters, just to make it interesting on your snippet that catches your eyes. To create the snippets, I have this wonderful set of die cuts. They are all small in an oval shape or a rectangle, squares, and they are a perfect fit for those leftover pieces that are quite little. Besides using patterned paper that you will see later in the video, I'm also using scraps of craft and white paper, and when they are cut out, they are perfect for stamping. For the stamping part of these little pieces of paper, my favorite go-tos are the Tim Holtz stamp set, Correspondence, Field Notes, and lately the Eccentric. To make a whole bunch of those snippets, I'm going to repeat the same steps again and again. I am putting some scrap pieces of paper on the plate, then I will take my die cuts and find the perfect spot on the paper with some text or a little bit of image, and then cut them all out. And this is the result. I would like to age the snippets a little bit. I am going to use the archival ink ground espresso to do so. So I'm rubbing some brown ink on the edges, but sometimes I also lay the snippets flat on my table and push the blending tool a little bit on top of the paper. Of course, you can also use a different kind of color to ink up the edges. Just think about a lighter brown like vintage photo, or a red, or maybe a blue or green color. Time to wrap up those snippets also in a cellophane bag, and let's go to the next phase and create a topping for it. On the top of the cellophane bag, I am going to use a strip of paper. One side I already die cut, and the other side I also want the same shape, so I'm going to cut that one out. Let's embellish the paper. I'm going to use this Tim Holtz paper with all kinds of rulers on it. I just torn apart just one piece of a ruler, and that is a perfect fit for the width of this paper. I'm going to decorate on top of the ruler paper. I found some small items to do so, a bit of lace in a red color, a little, snippet. And of course on top there is a smaller snippet just to give it a layered effect. Throughout my whole project for Artymaze Andrea, I used some blue tones and red tones, so you will see that I will add small parts of those colors just to give the whole project a matching look. I had to glue the pieces several times because of the red lace. It is more kind of a plastic kind of lace, so it did not grab very well. Besides this piece of decoration, I'm also thinking about the right side of the ruler paper because it's quite empty, but these little snippets, the label snippets, are a perfect fit for the right side. The label also gives you some opportunities because you can stamp on it, you can use a rub-on on it, or maybe you want to write something down. In this close-up you could see I already put a staple in the little decoration. Not very handy, little mistake because I forgot the cellophane bag. Not a big problem, just remove the staple, put the cellophane bag in and staple it again. You can also see that the decoration on top also let loose, so again put some glue on it and staple it down. This was my video for you today. I hope you liked it and got some inspiration out of it. Of course, I have multiple videos on my swap with Artymaze, so feel welcome to watch them all.